What's going on, y'all? Brother Doug here. Just got done watching the Doctor Strange preview. Now, before I get on to actually break down and review the actual trailer, as always with these Marvel reviews, I want to give my history about some of these characters, specifically Doctor Strange. So, because I wasn't really a Marvel fan growing up, I loved Marvel, but I wasn't like really a hardcore fan like that until after high school, during my college years, when I started reading, more mature comics. So, just as Black Panther, Deadpool, the Inhumans, and many of these other unknown Marvel characters, I was introduced to Doctor Strange because of a little game called Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Fast forward to after high school, there was a comic shop across the street, as you all know, and I started collecting new Avenger comics. Not Avenger comics, but new Avenger comics. And one of the members happened to be Doctor Strange. And to this day, I have all the new Avenger comics, and my favorite story with Doctor Strange present is Search for the Sorcerer Supreme. So for those that don't know his backstory, I'll break it down to you the best way Brother Doug can. So basically, Stephen Strange was a this top tier doctor. He was very arrogant, very cocky. He really didn't care about the patients. He would just do his job, do his operation, and then be about his business. One day, he got into a car accident, and the car accident, meshed his hands together. All his fingers was, discombobulated and, just very, yeah. So knowing that he can't perform any surgeries or do any other operating as a doctor, he stumbles across this ancient person, and I'll get to that in a minute. This ancient one who teaches him the ways of the mystic. So while being trained under the ancient one, he receives these yellow gloves, and these yellow gloves, fixes his hands. Basically, they heal him. Just like Thor, he also has this little medallion called the Eye of Agamotto. I say Thor because only Thor can lift the hammer. Maybe Vision sometimes, Captain America possibly, but the Eye of Agamotto chooses who should be the ancient sorcerer, like the Sorcerer Supreme. And so with the gloves, the thing I love about Marvel is the fact that most of their characters are flawed. Tony Stark, for a time being, had the little shrapnel in his chest. Hulk, Bruce Banner, he can't separate himself from the Hulk because it's attached to his DNA. And with Stephen Strange, he really can't do anything without those gloves. So he can't take them off. Otherwise, if he takes them off, his fingers will be all discombobulated and disconnected and broken, and so that's just what I know of Doctor Strange. If I'm wrong, how some of y'all love to argue with me in the comments. Feel free to we can discuss in the comments. I love having discussions with you guys. If I'm wrong, I'm not a big Doctor Strange fan. I'm just going by what I know and from what I've read. So now back to the ancient one, Swinton, who played the Ice Queen in the Narnia movies, plays him, but the ancient one is actually Asian in the comics and in the cartoons, but she's white and a female in this movie. Like, how does that's race been? But then again, Chiwetel Ejiofor, who is my choice to play T'Challa, Black Panther, winds up playing Baron Mordo, and Baron Mordo is white in the comics, and he eventually becomes a villain for Doctor Strange. I guess they kind of took the storyline from Green Lantern a little bit. Remember how the first Green Lantern movie, Sinestro was partnered up with Hal, and then all of a sudden they teased us at the end with the Stinger, the little after credit scene with the yellow ring, him actually being Sinestro that we know and love, or better yet, know and hate. As far as I could tell, an Asian is cast to play Doctor Strange's servant. Like, oh, come on, man, you have to have the Asian play a butler, like for real. Like he couldn't play the ancient one. Of course, it would have been, well, I mean, if he's Asian in the comics, keep Wong as the servant. But if the ancient one is Asian, he should stay Asian and not be a female. Back to Chiwetel Ejiofor. When I heard him a few years ago when he got cast to play in this movie, I thought he was going to play Brother Voodoo, who was also in this book. That's how I got introduced to him, because of this specific book, New Avengers Volume 11. Basically, Brother Voodoo is like the black Doctor Strange. As far as the vibe I got from this preview, I definitely feel a little Matrix, the chosen one. Inception, because all the dualities and you see the mirroring going on. And Iron Man. Honestly, the preview was all right. It was kind of lukewarm for me, like kind of meh. I'm gonna need to see a little more, kind of like how Star Wars was. The Force Awakens, the first trailer. Like, the first trailer didn't really do it for me. The second trailer definitely got me on my toes. I actually saw the actual movie. You don't get me started. And as far as Benedict Cumberbatch playing Doctor Strange, that's the perfect choice, honestly. Among those people that auditioned were Christian Bale. That would have been pretty awkward, him going from Batman to Doctor Strange. But then again, Ben Affleck went from Daredevil to Batman. So what do you guys think about the trailer? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like the video, share the video, subscribe. How did you get into Doctor Strange? And like always, deuces.